Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Tuesday night edition, Rico Report, right here, right now with you, hanging out. Excuse the voice a little bit. It's going to be a little bit raspy tonight, but it shouldn't be too long a show. I got some things to get off my chest, and then we out of here. So, folks, let's get into the nitty gritty. There's a picture circulating. Shout out to my guy, the Thigh Doc. He put it out there, and actually, no, I can't say that. Thigh Doc put it out there, but it did come from somebody else. Somebody took a picture, and our tight end, Mr. Dalton Kincaid, was the subject of conversation today. And if you guys have been living under a rock, go ahead and look at your Twitter, type in Dalton Kincaid, and you'll see for yourself what the conversations are going and how they're going. And they're critical. They're critical. So before I get into talking about our Dalton Kincaid, you got to take a step back a little bit before we get into Dalton Kincaid, because a lot of what this conversation is going to stem from ties in Brandon Beane. And if you had beef with Brandon Beane for whatever reason, I could see why folks would try to tie it to this. And let me get into it. So Brandon Beane obviously was subject of conversation because of the whole, he didn't take a receiver early in the draft. He decided to focus on defense, and folks were saying, what about the offense? He's saying, bump the offense. The offense is fine. I don't want y'all bitching about. And the rest is history. But today's picture had me thinking, and I'm sure it had a lot of you guys thinking as well. Why did Brandon Beane not focus too much on the offense? I could see why he didn't. Let's walk with me on this one. So he's under scrutiny. Playoffs are about to begin, and he's got a full complement. Offensively, defensively, he's pretty good. He's like, all right, if we're gonna do it, this is it. We got all our guys back. We're ready to go. We lose. The result ends up being the same. Unfortunate, it is what it is. And then you have Brandon Beane kind of closing out the season. And there were some comments that Brandon Beane made that had us kind of saying, you know what? I kind of agree with what Brandon Beane's saying. And I want to try to make sure that I get the proper quote, just so that way we're all on the same page here. And when the topic of Kincaid came up, he mentioned something of the order of, he's got to bulk up. He's got lean muscle. Something. Let me get right to it. Right, they were talking about how he was struggling with injuries throughout the season, obviously limiting his production to 44 receptions, 448 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Beane, the Bills GM, acknowledged that Kincaid, a quote, didn't have the year that he expected or we expected. And then also emphasized that he needs to improve his play strength to withstand the physical demands of the NFL. I think we all agree on that. The NFL is a long season. It's a long season. And that's why you got to give respect to guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like LeBron James, guys like Tom Brady. The guys have been doing it for a long time. Ovechkin, you got to give these guys credit. They take care of their bodies, right? And which allowed them to play a long time in physical game. Hockey's physical. Basketball can be physical. I don't care what y'all tell me. It can be physical. Play 82 games. It's like that. So no different. So Beane mentions that he needs weight, and what he wanted him to do was pick up some weight over the offseason. If he can do that, away we go. Now, rookie season, I don't think anybody had anything bad to say about Kincaid. It's a rookie season, had a pretty good year. He had shy of 800 yards receiving. I think he had over 70 receptions. Boy, was nice. It was like, okay, we reached for that on the 20. We traded up. It should be good. Let's go to the present day now. I'm going to show you some really graphic pictures. I'm kidding. There's nothing graphic. Let me just get right to it, and you guys will understand what I'm talking about. And if you guys are living under a rock and you're unaware of what I'm referring to, I will show you, ladies and gentlemen. There was a picture posted with Mr. Kincaid at OTAs, and nothing crazy, just him, you know what I mean, running some routes and, you know what I mean, going about his business. Here's the problem. When your GM says, yo, man, you little slim, you a little light in the pants. You know what I mean? It'd be nice if you just kind of put on a little weight. I'd like to see that because this season is long, bro. And you're going to get beat up. So we need you to gotta get size. He's not saying he wants him to look like Dawson Knox, but he referenced Dawson Knox, you know what I mean? Good size. 6'4", 250, 255, 260. That's where Dawson Knox is sitting, give or take. Don't quote me on that. But here comes Dawson Knox. Does this look like a tight end that's ready to jump in and help you out and really get in there? I mean, a couple things that we can notice. Immediately looking at this picture, hopefully I can try to zoom it in. If I can't, forgive me. No, I can't. Looking at this picture, I'm looking at my man here. That don't look like no tight end to me. That looks like just a possession slower type receiver. Jake Kumaro, if you will. Right? So I'm like, I'm looking at that. And then I'm looking at the legs. I see braces. I see sleeves. I'm seeing too many things in the OTAs. Now, could we be making a lot of this, or is this nothing? There's something always, right? I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay. So if I'm GM, just when the season ended, I'm talking about, yo, my tight end's got to beef up. I'm looking forward to see what he does. You know what I mean? I want him to come in and understand that, you know, we need you. We need you to be reliable, available, dependable. And here he comes like this. And then not only that, and then you get the whole Brandon Beane getting into it with local hosts and what they did do and what they didn't do. And Brandon Beane was on saying, you know what? He brought up Tom Brady and how Tom Brady had good weapons around him. But here's one thing that I have to say. Tom Brady also had Gronkowski, right? And every quarterback needs their blanket, where if they don't like what they see deep, they don't like any of that, you got the old reliable right there. And essentially, that's exactly why we drafted him anyway. Is it not? This is the picture. By the way, somebody asked, is this the picture? Yes, it is. Did you know that this is Kincaid over here? I wouldn't have thought it was Kincaid either, right? When Kincaid came into the league, that boy came in at 6'4", 240, right? But we know he's not an inline blocker. It's not his game. He's more of a, finesse, get out in space, create mismatches, et cetera, et cetera. Sometimes you will have to beef up a little bit and get in line and kind of throw some defenses off. Oh, shoot, Kincaid's in the line. Is he actually blocking? Is he not? So he comes in looking like that. He looks a little light to me. So now, here's why I bring up Brandon Beane. So Brandon Beane is now, he's got to be like, okay, I didn't go ahead and draft anybody. Maybe there was simply nobody on the board good enough at the time for him to grab. So be it. But had there been a situation where he could grab something, he probably would have, just like he did last year when he needed a receiver and grabbed Coleman. So I bring all this up to say this, though. Fam, Brandon Beane's got to be like, yo, I didn't do any of this because I'm trusting you to jump in and be a big part of this season going to year 3. I need you to really be that guy. I need my return on investment. I traded up for you. I gave my quarterback a pass-catching tight end. I gave him a second-round receiver in Keon Coleman. I also gave him a second-round running back in James Cook. So I built around Josh Allen in order for him to have something sustainable for years to come. Here comes Kincaid looking light in the pants. Concerning. And if I'm tripping, let me know, because right now you're going into year 3, and the way the season ended last year wasn't, obviously injuries happen. The way he fell on that knee, on that PCL, bounced off that knee, I get it. Things like that happen. But your drop rate went down. Your reception rate went down. I mean, your rookie season, you had 80%. I think it was 80% was his catch rate. Dropped down to, I think, 57.8 or something of that nature. So injuries, yes, but then the play went down a little bit. So whether it was mental, whichever, pick it back up because your quarterback is going to need you. We can't have that, my good man. And I'm a fan of Kincaid. I think, and I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. If we put Kincaid with, some of the better teams out there, obviously Buffalo's nice like that, but you put him with another quarterback like the Rams, they would utilize him greatly, right? So utilization is one thing that we are going to have to hold on to and be accountable for. But this brother's got to do something, man. Because I'm looking at him and I'm like, man, this guy could be so nice. But then what a drop off. What a drop off last year. I mean, 91 targets his rookie year, 73 receptions, 673 yards. I was a little off. I thought it was 800, closer to 800, it's closer to 700. I knew it was a little off, right? 9 yards of reception. Only had the 2 touchdowns, but you saw promise. What, a rookie with 73 receptions? Okay. And here's the thing that kills me the most, where we thought, all right, he's about to take off. You move on from Diggs. You move on from Gabe Davis. So now, bro, you're supposed to be top dog, bro. Like, at least close to being top dog. Keon's a rookie. You know what I mean? We're bringing in the Kalusha cares. He's still young. That's a young group. So this is where, after his rookie season, you would have thought he's on his way. Oh, they're about to kill it. And then this year happens, or the following year. 13 games played, 9 games started, 75 targets, 44 receptions, 448 yards, 2 touchdowns, right? Almost 10 yards, 53% success rate in receptions. Like, we fan. All right. So I bring this up because Brandon Beane's got to be, and this is why I bring it up. I think about it like this. Brandon Beane has to be looking at it like, bro, I need you this year. Because if you don't come in and produce, a lot of Buffalo's going to be like, but. And I would hate that because, some of these Bills fans be a little extra sometimes. But, like, you have a down year, especially going into your 3rd year, where, you understand the game, you understand the speed of the game, you understand how to work out, the nutrition, you know the league, you know the game now. Nah, you got to come out. Brandon Beane's like, I need my monies, boy. I need my monions. I want my money. I want my return on the investment that I put in your ass. Pause. And that's the fact. That's just what it is. And I like Brandon Beane a lot. I like what he's done with his team. I'm not one that's coming for Brandon. But I can see if he were to now say, hey, I vouch for you guys, meaning I didn't go out and get a receiver, big time receiver. I added some depth. Elijah Moore, come on through it. If he does something, great. But, like, I have a pass catching tight end. I got a 2nd round receiver that I'm about to see what's good. Josh Palmer, I just paid him a good chunk of cash to come out here and ball out. Let's go. And here's the thing. He specifically called out 2 offensive players. One of them being Kincaid and saying, hey, gain weight, specifically said, gain weight. You're a little light in the muscle. I need you to put on some muscle, put on weight. So in these next 3 months, go ahead and do your business. And then he called out, whether you want to call it call out, or he had some words for Keon Coleman. Obviously, we found out that Keon Coleman broke his wrist. It came out, I think Tyler Dunn came out with that and got that information, had a broken wrist, but we kind of had an idea. Like, nobody just misses games just like that because the wrist is something. Something was up, right? But there was promise. And then Brandon Beane called it out, and I love him for that. He says, and then it tailed out, and then you never really got your juice back. You never got your juice back. So I need that all the time. Welcome to being a professional freaking athlete in the NFL playing with an NFL MVP quarterback. I need mines. I need mines, and I need mine fast. So although Brandon is kind of taking the, taking the shots, but at the same time, those shots that he's taking from the people, right? Y'all got to stand up for your mans now. Keon Coleman being one of them. James Cook being another. Obviously, James Cook's got his own reasons that he wants to get his money and wants to get paid. He's been doing his job. He'll get paid accordingly, I'm sure. And then Kincaid's got to step his game up. And for those that are saying, hey, Jackson Hawes bringing in, man, he's putting pressure. No, he's not. That's not why they brought his ass here. Trust me and believe that. They brought him for blocking purposes and to give Alec Anderson a breather, for crying out loud. Or maybe they don't even go Alec Anderson route anymore. They now have a legitimate blocking tight end that can obviously mask certain plays where he goes out for a pass here and there. No big thing. He certainly did. He certainly did. He went after the young guys and said, let's go. I'm calling y'all now, and let me see how you guys respond. Because I'll tell you right now, you can almost, if Keon, which it'd still be disappointing, but if Keon Coleman came out and had a disappointing year yet again, I wouldn't say it was disappointing. I thought Keon Coleman had a solid year for a rookie, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what Keon does. But if it comes out and has a sophomore type year where it's still, he's still figure it out, it's okay. You understand that sometimes in the sophomore year where you're still trying to figure the game out. Year 3 typically is when, you know what I mean, players start to really, okay, I got it. They start playing faster. They understand things, right? The game slows down for them. Kincaid, you're going into year 3, my guy. You're going into year 3. We are all watching you, and so is Josh. Josh needs his security blanket. Think about it. Josh is throwing to a new receiver in Josh Palmer, so he's going to have to create that chemistry quickly, and I hope it works out great. Curtis Samuel's going into his second year. Keon Coleman going into his second year. Khalil Shakir is his longest tenured receiver on the squad. And now you got another receiver, a new receiver, and Chanel and Elijah Moore. Bro, you need to step up. You need to be Josh Allen's blanket. But if you come out and you get pushed off the line, you get rerouted because you lighten the pants like this, bro, and I get it. I get it. I mean, maybe your body's not built like that, but welcome to being a professional athlete now. You got a nutritionist, you got all that stuff. I didn't want to hear it. Like, Bills fans going to be watching your ass for sure. And furthermore, and it feels like I'm getting on Kincaid, but it is what it is. I like him, but we got to be critical. And Walter ain't wrong. Knox he is Josh's security blanket as of right now. It shouldn't be, but he is, because those two got it like that. They got it. You know what I mean? That little celebration, they got it like that. Catch up, Kincaid. Catch up. It's not fun. It's not all fun and games all the time, bro. Catch up, because he's going to rely on you. Need you. You got all the tools. But we sitting here. My man Buffalo Bill said, yo, WGR rant somewhat cornered him. It did. In a way, it did. And I'm agreeing with you. You double down on your decisions, not really allowing for grace. He better hope his listen, he kind of cornered himself, but not really, because, I mean, call it what you want to call it. Cornered himself or put a lot of, I guess, confidence in the receiving crew that he has now. Call it what you want. It's all the same. I trust the guys that I have in this room. Well, the trust that you just displayed publicly, those guys better open their ears and say, shoot, yo, we really got to step up. I.e. Coleman, i.e. Samuel, i.e. Kincaid. The other guys have grace because they're new to the squad. But you all being here. You guys are in the system you're going into the system for the third straight year, second straight year. We'll say 2 years straight in the same system. Nah, bro. You got to bring it. Now, furthermore, forget about the weight issue. And whether you want to call it weight, maybe our optics are bad. Maybe it doesn't look as bad. Maybe it's not as bad as we thought. Right? Maybe the optics are horrible. Maybe he's just looking what it is. But he came in at 240 as a rookie. 240. They listed him at 240. You never know these weights these days. And then what does that look like to you? He looks like he's 230. So two things that play in this part, right? And I got to bring this up. So when in Kincaid's case, that's a tongue twister. In Kincaid's case, not only are you kind of looking light in the pants, kind of looking like you look. I mean, so some folks are saying he looked like he 225. 225. Bro, I'm sitting here right now at 5'10-ish. You know what I mean? 208. And I'm a little heavy for me. That's too heavy on my end. Bro, if you looking 225, you only what 10, 12 pounds more than me? Nah, bro. You better ante up. You better ante up. So I bring this up for a couple of reasons. You come into camp kind of like, at least it looks like it to us. Then we're looking at your braces on your knees or your sleeves on your knees still. The injury happened mid-season. You came back to play. You've had a whole off season, and you still wearing the braces. Concerning. Like, what's going on? That's number one. Sorry, number two. So weight, the braces, and now you got to now kind of get your body back. So you're going to do all sorts of things, eat well, nutrition, supplements, whatever. You know how the game is played. We've got two guys right now currently on the roster that are sitting out 6 games because they decided to take something, whatever it was that they've taken, to get back right. You hear it all the time. These athletes, you know what I mean, when they've lost a step or they're trying to get back to it because of injury or so on and so forth, they take some things to help them recover quickly. So now you have, I'm not saying that's what he's going to do, but sometimes when people want to get back quickly, they'll do what they got to do due to the pressure. Now, I'm going left field here, but not quite, because you got to look at the system. We got 2 guys, not 1, but 2 guys on this squad right now that are sitting out because they tried to do whatever you want to call it to get back right. Ogunjobi went from being a solid player to when he was with Pittsburgh, he was like, eh. You know what I mean? Go ask Pittsburgh, they'll tell you. And then he got caught for whatever. Mike Hoyt, solid player, out of the Rams. The Rams are going to miss him. He comes to Buffalo, got caught with whatever. I don't want to hear Kincaid 6-game suspension because of PED, this and that, because you're trying to get back weight, bro. I'm putting out there. I might be overreacting. I'm okay with this offseason. We could talk about it. But like those are things that way, at least for me as a fan, I'm watching this. I'm like, okay. Because I know guys that personally that are playing in high-level football where they're trying to get back in because the next guy is coming up. So they're trying to get back in quickly because you got to be available. And if you're not available, bruh, I got to take what I got to take. And I know guys personally that have done it to ramp back up so we can get in there so they don't lose a spot. So Ryan Garcia, perfect example, boxer. He just got dropped by nobody. You ain't got the power now, bro. You know what I mean? So, like, a lot of those things can play out. Now, am I stretching it? Maybe. But in the back of my head, I'm there. I see it. So, all eyes are going to be on Kincaid because the pressure's now risen. It's up now. It's up now. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob's like, nah, man, you're not overreacting. We got to know Kincaid knows the time, what time it is, especially after this draft. Hell yeah. But Walter, on the other hand, says, hey, man, your overreaction was brought to you by BBBA. He thinks I'm overreacting. And I know some folks might say I'm overreacting. It's all good. My man say, yo, put some respect on Rolly's name. Hey, we know. Boxing is boxing, man. You can get chin checked and you can drop that any moment. I know, I get that. But I mean, Rolly ain't that name. He ain't a name like that. I mean, kind of like that Mexican cat that dropped that light-skinned cap out of the UK. They didn't see that coming. Boom, my man dropped that boy heavy. Joshua. Anyway, let me keep it rolling. So this is why I brought this Kincaid situation up, because it's going to be one that we want to pay attention to, because he's already coming into OTAs with sleeves and braces on his knees or whatever you see there. When you should be coming into it healthy. You had the time off, and you had off season to work out, get right, get sized up, and now you're coming in light, and now you're gonna have this whole OTAs in camp to try to build up. I mean, some guys can do it, and if he does it, great. But like at the end of the day, like my man said earlier, Brandon Beane kind of cornered himself or put himself on pressure to take on the criticism, but in the name of my guys are going to do their job. I trust in the guys that I have on this team. I didn't really see anything that stood out to me in this draft, so I'm rocking with my guys. So that is an endorsement to the receiving crew out in Buffalo. Josh is going to get his. Josh is going to do what he needs to do. Y'all need to show up for Josh. Kincaid absolutely needs to show up for Josh going into year 3. Everybody's going to be looking at you because it's year 3. It's year 3. Look at the scrutiny. Look at the scrutiny. What's his face out of Atlanta's getting? Pitts is getting it. So if we're sitting here wondering what's taking place, it's gonna happen. They drafted him high, and they're asking Kyle Pitts, where you at? They're almost labeling him the bust. Yo, Kyle Pitts is a bust. He's athletic as ever. Some folks say, yo, they way overdrafted him, they overhyped him, and you're seeing the results right now out there in Atlanta. Some folks still hold out hope that he could be the guy. That's why they brought in Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is about to open things up for him. I don't know. Did it? Let me see what Kyle Pitts did last year. I'm curious. Maybe he had a good year or a better year. But I still hear people talking ish about Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts last year. So his rookie season, let me close this up here. So he was a Pro Bowler his first year. He had 110 targets, caught 68 balls, and 1,026. 1 touchdown. So they're like, okay, he might be the real deal. And then 2022, 356 yards receiving. 2023, 667 yards receiving. 2024, 602 yards receiving, right? 4 touchdowns last year, 3 touchdowns the year before that, 2 touchdowns. His rookie season, Pro Bowl, and then fell off. And you got people saying, yo, man, he's just not that guy. He's not worth it. I don't want them putting Kincaid's name in that. I really don't. But we're here. We are here now. So Brandon Beane, listen, he's going to be watching closely. He's going to be watching closely. By the way, side note, Rico, do you believe who do you like between Canelo and Crawford? I'm biased. I'm a big Canelo fan. Canelo's my guy, man. I've been rooting for Canelo for a minute now. I think he came into the game when he was like 18, 19, 17, 18, 19. So I've been rooting for him for a minute now. I like Crawford. That's gonna be a good one. Too bad they're older. I would have liked that fight 4, 5, 6 years ago. That would have been nice, but can't get what you want. But anyway, I say all of this, folks, is we're going to be paying close attention to what how Kincaid develops in going into his 3rd year. Whether you want to call year 2 a wash because it just was terrible, got hurt, was playing through injuries, could never really get back right. Okay, fine. It happens. We understand it. That's why I'm saying this year is a big year. This year is a big year because we saw the potential in what you can give us year 1. Now, we're going into year 3. Year 2, want to call it a wash? Sure. We're paying attention. Let me go see my man, Richie. Richie said, go check my comment out. Let me see my man, Richie. Okay, Richie says, yo, real talk. Can't team doctors, endocrinologists run a test and say low T and give him some stuff medically, actually being serious. If they deem it that you're too light, I'm sure they do. Listen, they got nutritionists. They have all that stuff. They might make this brother stand on the scale and say, ooh, 234? Bro, you're used to being 6 pounds heavier and more full. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Listen, I get it. Sometimes you want to be more muscle. Maybe you want to be leaner. But we didn't bring you to be a lean tight end. We brought you to be we wanted you to be the tight end that creates crazy mismatches. Because we still have a good tight end in Dawson Knox. Let's not get it twisted. Dawson Knox can still play the position, and he does it well, and that boy can block. So we watching you, Kincaid. We watching you. Now, we want all the best. We want him to have we want him to come out here and do well. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, just give me another year, give me another this. Nah, bro. In this, especially nowadays, sports today, I don't know what's changed, but it has changed. And I don't think it's going back. Right? Gone are the days that you can sit here and say, hey, he's a rook. Let him figure it out. And away we go. Right? Year 3, 4, he'll get it by then. And by then we'll be ready to go. You can't do that anymore. Because these boys are always they're all looking to get paid. All looking to get paid. Right? That's number one. Number two, especially now in playing football, there's all these AUAs or these elite sevens and these 7-on-7 crews that are going, like, these guys are playing football year round. Cornerbacks, receivers, cornerbacks, cornerbacks, and receivers. They're all doing these 7-on-7s yearly, with getting coached up by all these crazy coaches that were once NFL players and now doing side gigs and teaching these boys how to play quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. Bro, they're coming in somewhat pretty damn near ready to play now. The only thing that is hindering them is that they don't have that man size, right? They're still kids. So they got to get in the gym and get right. So, well, we got to wait it out. No, we don't have time. I mean, you got to get in now. There is no waiting. It's just the way the game is played now. It's just the way the game is played. Got to get it in and get it in now. My man Dave, what's up, Dave? Dave says, yo, Rico, this is his third year. It's time to step up or step back and kick. This is what I mean. Like, let's wait it out and maybe we can get. Nah, bro, we need you now, bro. We need you now, especially because Beane traded up for you. He traded up for you. So we wanted you to contribute immediately. And you did. You gave us reason to say, oh, if Josh can limit his turnovers, bro, and he has Kincaid that's going to create mismatches. Oh my goodness, watch out. Josh to Kincaid's going to be nasty. And then the injury happened. So I want to respect that part. But I also understand, bro, it's a dog-eat-dog world, man. Dog-eat-dog world. If you think Dawson Knox is sitting here going, no, I'll be content being the backup tight end until he figures, I'll be a good teammate. But if my opportunity comes where I'm playing better than Kincaid and Josh trusts me and I can get in there, because, I mean, let's not get it twisted. Dawson Knox can still run. He ain't no slowpoke. He can still run. He's still athletic as ever, and he can block. He gets the job done. He's above average. So if Dawson Knox sees a crack where he can get in there and get more time on the field, bro, I love you, Kincaid, but this is a dog-eat-dog world, baby. You better come correct, because I am. So, Kincaid, all eyes are on you, brother. All eyes are going to be on Kincaid this year, and we all obviously hope that he comes in and kills it. But, like, fam, yeah, we're going to be watching, bro. We're going to be watching. My man Jacob says, yo, Knox has the size and strength, and his hands improve for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you think that he's going to sit here and just say, no, man, I see you. You're the future. You're the future, man. Get in there, man. I'll just chill on the sideline. Nah, man. There's still a connection between Dawson Knox and Josh Allen. So it is up to Kincaid to obviously get his act together. I mean, I'm saying get his act together. We just want to be able to make sure that you stay healthy, get rid of those freaking braces on your knees so you're good to go. But like, it doesn't sit well with Bills fans watching you come in from the pictures. I mean, I'm not sitting next to the man. From the pictures, you sitting here, I mean, like, looking like you malnourished. You looking like you malnourished, and you got bad knees, and you're going into year 3, where your quarterback, your GM just said, yo, my man's got it. He's got it. And furthermore, he even said, I need you to bulk up this offseason. Did you not take that shit serious? Did you not take his Did you not heed his words? All right. FAFO. F around. You're going to find out when somebody puts you straight on your ass because you ain't got the weight and they see you and they start pushing you all over the place. You might find yourself on the sideline and be like, yo, we need the beef. We need personnel. The personnel's what we're looking for. Don't be one-dimensional. They told you to put on the weight, so we can't be one-dimensional. We can put you in line and then put you out. So that way defenses won't know, but they see you split out wide. Come on now. That's what I'm saying. My man Sankey says, yo, Kincaid is the new Milano. Nah. I mean, we hope not. I'm not going to try to go there, but I ain't mad at you for saying it. My girl, Laura. What's up, Laura? Laura says, the Bills are high on Knox, and he does come through and pinch, but our hopes still pinned to Kincaid. He needs to show and prove now, 100%. And I'll tell you right now, and as innocent as this picture is, dude, it's OTAs, man. Chill out, man. Relax. It's kind of hard to when you see this. Now, maybe he comes in, when minicamp, and he's explosive as ever. He looked like he gained weight, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I've seen players. I'm trying to think of who the player was, where you can tell when this player came back from the offseason, this brother was swole. Who was it on the Bills team? This is probably less than 6 years ago. Within the 6 years, excuse me, where this said player went out for the offseason, came back, and you're like, yo, this boy worked out heavy. Like, this guy looked good. Like, whatever the heck he was doing this season, bro, he did it. I don't know if it was Josh Allen that did one season where Josh Allen was looking kind of swole. I can't recall. And maybe it was Dawson Knox. I don't know. Singletary. Do you remember when Singletary came back? And Singletary he had a picture where he was like this, just chiseled up and ripped up, because you could tell he leaned out and bulked up a little bit, right? And there's times, when dudes hit the gym and they did something in the offseason. And then there are times when guys come back and you're like, yo, what did you do? I remember last year they were poking fun of Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes was the championship last year, the year before, and boy was having a good time. They said you had a good time over the offseason. Some might say it resulted in the season they had, which is crazy to say because they went 15-1. But most folks were looking, yo, man, that team is just less than a score of losing the game that they won. You know what I mean? So it's like it's one of those situations where it's like you saw how chubby he was, and he was getting made fun of. He's like, yo, look at this guy. You know how shameful people could be? They fat shamed the heck out of Pat Mahomes, but he didn't give it in. He didn't give it in. He was cool, right? Another guy, Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis went through offseason, bro. This guy got chiseled up, ready to go. Fam, there's people that take that ish seriously, and there's people that just fly by the seat of the pants, bro. In the NFL, you can't fly by the seat of your pants because they will put you on your ass. They will put you on your ass. I'm telling you right now. Namdi, Kincaid looks like he went fishing in the shade all offseason, bro. He didn't get no sun. he didn't eat. I don't know, bro. But you know what? To each their own. Maybe from this photo, this picture is just not doing him justice. And, the blur, this, but like, I don't know. My eyes don't deceive me. I'm looking at the forearms, right? I'm looking this area here. I'm looking at the shoulders. I'm looking at the traps. You know what I mean? That boy light, man. So we'll see. We shall see how it all shakes out, man. So he came in at 240. Remember that. He came in at 240. Yeah, that boy looked like 225, 230 right here. So you got about 10 pounds to put on you, bro. He could have been rehabbing. And that's true. And he could have been. But in rehab, this is what I'm trying to understand. And don't misquote me here, because I'd have to ask my man. Actually, you know what? Let me just go to it. I'd have to ask my man Thigh Doc more about it. But like when you're rehabbing, I'm sure they kind of have rehabs where you can kind of certain workouts that kind of make you gain weight. Listen, I'm no doc, so I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you any different. But I'm going to go through the comments here because there were some really good comments being put out here, right? So Jeremy White came in and says, Kramer will be fine voice. Why don't you just tell me what to notice? Well, he's saying double knee braces, very thin, concerning 3 months from the season, the injury, and weight. Coach wanted him to get bigger, but look smaller. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if there was any bad. I don't know if that was just being funny or not. But he's right. Thigh dog can say, yo, double knee brace, thin, considering that your GM told you, yo, gain some weight, bro. Like, what are we doing here? So, very concerning, nonetheless. Jordan Weber comes in and says, hey, can't have a passing tight end who can't handle the physicalities of the NFL. Needs to step up into a new role. If he can't cut it, well, has hands but needs toughness and grit like Knox. Listen, there's going to be a lot of that coming this way, right? Let me just read some. So here we go. Somebody said, Paul Daddario says, what kind of stabilizer is on his left knee? On his left. It looks like kinesio tape with separate wraps above and below the knee. He either still has discomfort or stability issues or just needs it for his head. As for bulk, he's a strength, but he doesn't look any bigger. And sometimes you can get stronger, but you still look lean. But in this game, you got to have a little bit of fat on you too, just a little bit. I don't need you to be a sexy receiver. I just need you to be, I want you to, be able to take the vigors of the game. But Thadok comes in and says either a brace or PCL or a kinesi tape job. Tough to tell. It is tough to tell. That's why I'm saying you're looking at the picture, and that's why I had to preface. I'm looking at the picture here, so we don't know. But just by what we're looking at, that's what it looks like. My man said, I noticed that he might be on IR to start the season. I didn't hear that. I don't know about you guys. Did you hear that? He might start the season on an injury reserve. That'd be insane if he did, because he came back during the season. That'd be wild if he is. And anyways, Thadok say no. Let's see. I'm just trying to look for. Oh, there goes my guy, Bobby Ray. Bobby says, back-to-back first-round whiffs by Beane? Yikes. Fair comment. Fair comment. Some might say, hey, bro, Kyer Elam, you traded up for that, bro. And he not even here. And now we got questions on Kincaid. Is he going to be here? I mean, we might be overreacting a little bit. I'll say that, but it's still something to kind of pay attention to. Barry McCockner says, hey, probably had it cleaned up, his knee cleaned up, was on the couch recuperating. It's possible. Lost some muscle. Absolutely possible. I think he'll be fine. Guys at this level can put on 10 pounds in a month. So that's 30. God, are you crazy? You wanted to put 10 pounds a month and good weight, before camp? That would be absolutely tough to do. And like my guy Thadok says, oh, that's a lot to ask of somebody to put on 30 pounds. Could you imagine? Put on 30 pounds and I'll see you back in August. Pardon? I mean, if you want me to put on 30 pounds, I can, but it's not going to be good weight. So that's tough to do. That's a tough ask. Yes, like Thadok said, that's a lot to ask. Just a couple more I'm going to read here. When should Kincaid be good to go? And Doc was like, yo, he's good now. The message is he's tiny. Jesse has, he says Jesse has to be blocked. Anyway, didn't he tear his PCL? Looks like to me that he's progressing well, considering. And then Thadok says he played after the injury already. So that's the thing. He came back. Tisha says, yo, right, because we were in the playoffs. Then he had it repaired when the season was over. And she says, I ruptured my ACL 13 weeks ago and can't wait to be back. Got it. He goes, he didn't have a PCL surgery. If anything, he had a scope on the other knee. Anyway, 4 to 8 weeks. I don't make this science up. Injury was in December. Now, for those that are not familiar with Thadok, he works in the industry with people that have torn knees, hips, back, you name it. This guy's a physical therapist, so he gets it. So when he mentions these things to me, I'm all ears. I'm like, I got it. I'm with you. So we will be paying attention to what my man does. Absolutely. We will absolutely be paying attention. So could he be rehabbing? Sure. But we watching, bro. We are absolutely watching. My man said, Stacy says, stop the injury shaming. He's done. Stop it. I didn't know there was such thing called injury shaming. I'm just saying, be ready because we need you ass. We need your ass because there's a ton of pressure on this team. And Brandon Beane stood on business when he mentioned it. He said it. I'm going defense because that's where we need the help. My offense is fine. AKA, y'all better keep that ish up on that offense because I need to get this defense up to par and to match your energy on the offense. So y'all don't make me look bad. Josh, I'm counting on you. It's pretty much what he's saying. AKA, I have Josh Allen. And when I have Josh Allen's going to make sure this offense is putting points on the board. And then the caveat is like, and y'all better not mess things up because we're close. We are close. So close. But yet, so far away. That's what it feels like. What up, P Money? My man Pierre comes in the building. He says, hey, man, maybe he's swollen, just skip leg day. Most of us been there. We have been there. There's times we go to the gym. I see guys like this. When that guy that doesn't do legs when he goes to the gym, and that's the most awful fit that you can have when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym, you got to at least put a fit together that looks pretty decent. The guys that don't work their legs usually are the guys that wear the cutoff sleeve, right? And track pants. Game over. I know you don't work your legs. Go ahead and pick up the squat rack. Let me see what you do in the squat rack. 35s. You can't even do it, right? But there are some people that are, you know what I mean? It may look like I am a big boy, but I'm like that. So we'll see. So maybe he is swole. Highly doubtful. We'll see. Walter, my man Walter says Coleman is a few press room cookies away from weight room, as much as Kincaid looks. Yeah, that boy. I mean, I've seen what this boy looks like in the offseason. He all right. He's in good shape. He'll be ready to go. My man Terrence says, remember when we were asking for Kelvin Benjamin to lose weight? Now we're asking players to put on weight. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy though? I mean, Kelvin, he came to a point where he just didn't care. He didn't care whatsoever, bro. Does anyone know if B. McDermott still have KB's number? You guys are stupid. Signified Note says, yo, we have Josh Allen is the basis of 80% of my dad's arguments for why we're better than certain teams. It's just what it is. The Chiefs say the same thing. Yo, we got Pat Mahomes. And they can say they got Andy Reid. We got Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, right? We got Lamar Jackson. I mean, there's a handful of teams that can say we got X. And that's what erases a lot of the other stuff. And Josh does erase a lot of things on his team. There's no question about it. There's no question. But steer clear from the guys that wear sweatpants or track pants, but they got the cutoff sleeves, right? And if you want to pay attention to the guys in the gym that, you know what I mean, they're doing something, the guy that's wearing the sweatpants and the hoodie and the ball cap, he means business. You watch what that guy's doing, because underneath that, he's swole. He's jacked up. He's ready to go. You know what I mean? I'll just give you a little tidbit. So that's what I want to touch on that for just a moment. Kincaid. I'm a fan of Kincaid, and we're all fans of Kincaid, and we want him to succeed. I'm not going to act naive like I don't see what's going on. Bro, you look a little light right now. And you got the kinesiology, the kinesiology tape. Kinesiology, am I saying that right? The K tape. All right. And you got a sleeve. You should be coming in refreshed with time off, all that. But you coming in already banged up? It don't look good. It don't look good, bro. It don't look good. It's like going to the store and you see like packages of stuff and you see tape around it. It's still good. It's just tape. I don't want that. I want the one that's perfectly sealed and ready to go, not the one that was opened by somebody else and used potentially. I don't want that. And that's what it looks like. My man, all the packages are there. Josh Allen's packaged up, ready to go for the new season. And then you got an open box. You got an open box. I don't want the open box. I want the packaged up on the rack, ready for consumption or ready to be purchased. Now I gotta ask for, yo, is this all right? Is this cool? Is there a discount on this thing? I digress. Listen, I'm just joking, people. Don't take it so seriously. Anyway, we will see how this offseason shakes out. It is super early, but not early enough for us not to see what's taking place. Anyways, I got one more topic to hit. Unless you guys have topics that you guys want to hit, you guys let me know. Abdul Carter. I don't know about you guys, but I got a problem with rookies coming to a team and demanding, or sorry, I don't want to say demanding, asking certain players to give up their number, right? Unless the team goes to said player that's probably going to be cut or insignificant, yo, I need you to give up your number. That's it. That is it. But to go and ask legends of the game, I'm not saying Phil Simms is a legend, but to go and ask, bro, can I use 56 that's been retired for a long time, but I want to use it? For what? Well, because I had number 11 in college. So I was thinking 5 plus 6 equals 11. Yeah, LT, can I have your number? LT, when he got that message, he must have said, man, go F yourself, bro. Are you kidding me? You're a rookie. You might come in like Golston. Do you remember Golston? What was his first name? I don't want to say Marquise Golston. It's not Marquise Golston, but Golston. When he was supposed to be the end-all be-all, came into the league, not a single sack. Or maybe he didn't sack. Was it not a single sack? I can't remember if it was him or not. And you want me to give up my number for you to potentially do well with it? Nah, man. Make your own number. I don't like rookies coming in and asking for certain numbers. I don't like it. Create your own legacy and your own number. Unless the team knows that, you know what I mean, this was going to happen. I think it was Cam Newton explained the story where he came in and asked, I think it was Jimmy Clausen. Was it Jimmy Clausen? He asked Jimmy Clausen for his number 2 jersey. And Jimmy Clausen was like, yo, you're going to have to give me up. Either it was like $1 million. I think it was at $1 million. If you want this number, it's $1 million. And Cam was like, yo, I'm the guy. So he's like, you know what? Screw that. I won't take number 2. I'll just go number 1. Right? But if you're nice like that, in Cam's case, you know that this quarterback is a bum. Yo, the team should be the one to go to the guy and say, yo, give up your number. I don't agree with the players coming in, especially as a rookie, saying, I want that. Obviously, unless they're going to pay a whole lot for it. But to ask, and that's two different things too. Here's another thing. To ask a current player on the team, that's one thing. That's one thing. To go and ask and say, hey, man, can I get that number? Because we can talk about it. Now, you're going to call a guy that's been retired for years, Hall of Famer, and you're going to say, hey, bro, Abdul Carter here, top 10 pick. I want your number. Can you unretire it so I can use it? Hell no, I'm not unretiring that. That's absolutely wild to me. It's just me. Am I tripping? I feel that is absolutely wild. Signified No says, yo, get your own number. Absolutely. I've been number 69 in every sport I played since I was 14. No one else ever wanted 69 either. So I never had to worry about that. 69 is my number. Hey, listen, be it that is made. Be it that is made, that's your number. When I played with several numbers. And I always mostly played with 1. I played with 9. 9 is my number. That's what I always rock with. And I played with 24 before. I love 24. Obviously, you guys know my reasons. Kobe was part of it, so like I played with that. And then I played a season or 2 with 31. There's something about 31. I was a big Reggie Miller fan, so Reggie Miller, that was my guy. Boom, right? And then when I played Team Canada ball, and they didn't. You can just take any number. They just take this number. I played with number 39. I was like, ugh, 39. And then over time, I started to actually embrace the number 39 because it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad symmetrically on the jersey. It's a full number. You get the 3, you get the 9. It's not weird. It fits. But there's some numbers that are nasty out there. But and especially what position you play. What position you play matters. But you coming in as a rookie asking a Hall of Fame or Ring of Honor player to unretire their number? Hell no. Hell no. Now, I will say this. Warren Moon giving up his number. Now, I don't know if Camp Ward asked him that. Camp Ward doesn't give me the impression that he would. But to do all that, I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I'm not with it. Don't ask for that. If you're a player, you're a rookie, find your number, fix the number that you want, and go from there. Don't be asking these all-time players to give up their number. I'm just not with it. Unless they come out and say, yo, I want you to represent my number, whole different ballgame. And if the player is currently on your team, you have every right to ask them and try to negotiate something. But you imagine somebody coming in to Buffalo and saying, yo, man, I want number 12. Give me that. Give me 78. You know what I mean? Can you imagine Aaron Maben? Aaron Maben comes to Buffalo and goes, hey, Bruce, can you unretire 78 for me? I want to pay homage to you. I would have rolled up a big old, get out of here, man. Go sit on a cactus somewhere. Are you nuts? Are you all there? That's exactly how I feel. I'd feel that way. Honestly, I'd absolutely feel that way. Anyway, I digress. That's been on my mind this whole time. This whole like asking for the number business. I'm just not with it. I'm not with it at all. What numbers actually in this chat? What numbers have you worn if you've played football, basketball, and it was one of those? It was one that stood out. It was just a nice number. To me, 9 is just a beautiful number. Yes, I had 9 in high school, man. 9 is a great number. 9 for soccer. I played soccer for years. 9 was my number. I mean, football. I got to play with number 1, but never played with number 9 for football. That was kind of weird. That's a quarterback's number, right? Bruce Smith says, yo, I'm not giving nobody the 78. You damn right, Bruce. You ain't giving none. You're not giving that up. Hell no, you're not. Hell no. Justin Walker says, yo, this will be Kincaid's 3rd year on a 4, potentially a 5-year deal. I'll give him 1 more year. Oh, you nice. You're nice to give him 1 more year. And I get it. That's why you grab, guys in the obviously in the first round. So you have that 5th year option. I totally get it. But I don't know, man. You're playing with one of the best quarterbacks in the game. Like, there's just no reason for it. There's no reason for it. You should be successful. You and him should be like this. Get with this guy. Like now there's no games being played. Like all the laughter and the kiki-keying is done. Now it's business. It's business. So you and Josh lock in and figure it out together, because we need a big year coming. Like you, and the thing is, if Kincaid is the blanket, the security blanket, and the comfort that Josh Allen has, imagine all the extra reads that Josh can take, knowing that, I got my security blanket, so I can take a risk here. And if I don't like it, I could dump it out to my guy because I know exactly where he's going to be. That's the way I see it. That's just the way I look at it. My son was number 44. Ooh, 44 is a tough number. You rock 44, even as a linebacker, rock it as a bruising back running back, even a safety. If you had a number 44 as a safety, I'm kind of scared of that person that's rocking number 44. 44 is, I don't know many players that are 44. How many 44s do we know in the NFL? I honestly don't know any 44s. And 44 is a nasty number. You put 44 as a linebacker or a safety, bro, I'm not trying to get hit by that guy. That's real talk. I'm not trying to get hit by number 44. Stacey King says soccer. Why? Oh, Stacey, soccer is a beautiful sport. It is a beautiful sport. You got to play it to understand it. You got to play. I've been playing it since I was 4. My dad put me in soccer when I was 5 years old. So like, I just knew it. It was like that. So like, I've been playing it since I think I stopped playing and transitioned. I was a 2-sport player. I was playing football and soccer from like 12 to 13 to about 16. And then I just fell in love with soccer, and with football, and I stuck with football. I probably could have went pretty far in soccer, to be honest with you. Let me just catch some a couple more comments in this chat, and then we'll keep it rolling. Signify, what up, man? Says 30-ish years down the line, if some Bills rookie QB asks for 17, hope to God the GM smacks the ish out of him. There's There's only ever going to be 117. Absolutely. In Buffalo, bro, Josh has already got that jersey solidified as it's going to be hung up and it's never going to be worn again. Unless Josh Allen himself says, yeah, bro, go ahead and wear that. Can't see it happening. And they won't even let it happen. First of all, 17 once, and I don't even want to talk about it because it's too soon to talk about that. And I'm not even trying to get there. But once it's all said and done, nah, bro, it's a wrap. He retiring in Buffalo. After he gets a two to three rings, he retiring in Buffalo, bro. Got it. He's got to get me one or two for sure. One for sure, two icing on top. Let's go. Rico, if Allen retired tomorrow, are you retiring his number for the Bills? Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no question. There's no question. And I'm not, and call me what you want to call me. If he says, guys, I'm hanging it up, wrap that thing up right into the rafters or on the wall of fame or whatever you guys want to put it on, retire that thing. It's over with. Nobody's touching that 17 jersey ever again. Ever. The only way that jersey would ever be unretired is if the stars align and Josh Allen happens to have children, and one of them is a son, and his son is 6'5", 240, and is just a different specimen, and he gets drafted by the Bills. Guess what? He gonna let that thing be unretired. And even Josh's son's probably like, no, that's my dad's number. I'm gonna rock my own number, man. Let me go 18. I don't know. I don't even like 18, first of all. It's a nasty number. Is Marlon Humphrey 44? I never realized he was 44. Did you Google that? If you Googled that, if you did Google that, good for you. I never like trying to figure out who the heck is number 44. That is crazy. Marlon Humphrey. So I remember John Riggins, excuse me. That I do remember, but he don't play right now, right? Leroy Kelly, Dick LeBeau wore 44, Chuck Foreman, Floyd Little. No, man. Those are the only guys that wear 44. You almost had me there. I'm trying to see if anybody else does. No, nobody else. Let me see. Marlon Humphrey. That's crazy. Yeah, but it's 44. Haven't seen it. Haven't seen anybody wear that. Marlon Humphrey. What's he rocking? Am I tripping? Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Damn, bro. We're having 44. Yeah. He originally wore 29, but switched to 44 in 2019. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, Marlon Humphrey. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. I just wanted to. That was the main topic that I wanted to touch on today. I mean, listen, it's the off season. Kind of wanted to, get out there and get out there and kind of, touch football. We gotta. I want you guys to get accustomed to, having a stream to listen to and watch. As the off season goes on, and any breaking news happens, we're gonna do that. Keep in mind, we are going to, Buffalo Joe 44. It's a nasty number, and if he continues to do what he does, man, you might see him a lot more on the field. May 14th, I believe that is when the schedule is going to be released. So we will have a schedule release show. Myself and Z-Bot on May 14th. I need to know what day that is. What actual day is May 14th? May 14th falls on a Wednesday. What a nasty day to do that, but it is what it is. So next week on the 14th, Z-Bot and I will go through that show, and we will go through, what we do. We're going to very, very early pick how many games the Bills will win, who they'll lose to, and we'll try to figure out how many passing yards, how many rushing yards, some of these guys. We're going to do a lot of very early guesses, receptions for certain players, who's going to lead the team in sacks, who's going to lead the team in interceptions, all that stuff. We're going to do all that on that day. So I might not even do a Tuesday show. Depending if something goes down, I might switch it up until Wednesday to the schedule released, and then we'll see you guys back on Friday. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm out of here. If you guys enjoyed the show, do me a favor. Do not leave without smashing that like. Let's get this video to about 200 likes. 200 likes for your boy. You can do that. We have, how many people we have in this bitch right now? We got 148 of y'all right now in YouTube. And we have another 825 on Twitter. So jump on over to the YouTube page. Hit that like. Let's get this page to 200 likes right this second. And by the way, congratulations to our t-shirt winners from last show. We had Ryan, and I think we had Sarah Christine that won it. So salute to y'all. Enjoy your night. Smash that like before you guys get out of here. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and we'll go from there. Y'all have a fantastic evening. And if there are topics that you guys want me to hit next show, you know what to do. Hit me up, DM, all that good stuff. And we'll catch you guys again this Friday. All right, me and Z-Bot, we'll catch you guys. You guys have a great night. Peace.